run it now out of the gun. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On second down, here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Seven yards remaining here on third down.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey, alert.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So on fourth down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hyde. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Niners. 55 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
He got it there. They'll run for it with Hyde. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hey, boys, got 4. 4 down. Now let's go.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, his first touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And some room to maneuver. And I think the ball's out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
4 down. Check. 4 down.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Big jumbo! Big jumbo!
On second down, Wilson being chased out left. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
From the gun on third down, Wilson dancing to his left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
Tight end right, tight end right. Hurry up, here we go. Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Sheldon Richardson. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Right. Get it. Come on. Yeah, buddy. That's how you ready.
Third and 2, now Wilson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Wilson to lock it there for the Seahawk first down.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Wilson on second down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they try to swing it out left into the flat. Complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They go play action with Wilson.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. On first down, Wilson. Forced out to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll try and run down here with pro size. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eli Harold. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll make it third down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Watch 85.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back here right after this.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. On the right. Set. Leopard. Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. Gun. Leopard.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Space to maneuver at the 40. He finds his running back, Hyde. And he loses the football a second time.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It's always a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. The Niners on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. Well, throw on first down with Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson eluding the pressure right. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. First down, a run with Hyde. And some space here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because We often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or do they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, this is the 3rd quarter.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's John Ryan now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he is level. Knocked down hard. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Double tight. Detroit now, look at 56.
They'll try to fire up the running game with Hyde. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
Garoppolo now. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A gain of 39 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
All right, here we go. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Alshon Jeffrey, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.